Hello students, welcome back to our class. So in today's class we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 6, applications of vector algebra. So you might have learned the vector algebra chapter in your previous classes. So first let us recall what are the basic things of vector algebra that we have learned. Okay, so in your book in the introduction they have given the main application of vector algebra. So if you see, you will be studying in your physics subject. Many of your problems will be involving vectors, product, cross product, dot product, etc. in physics. Yes, so the its basis is vector algebra. From vector algebra only it is having many of its applications in physics. Okay, so here they have listed some of the points where the vector algebra is applicable in physics. You can go through that. And see, next is geometrical introduction to vector. So what we are going to do is we are going to represent the vectors in the geometrical pattern. So here we are going to take the 3D pattern. 3D means 2D means only x axis and y axis will be there. 3D means there will be 3 planes. Okay, this will be x axis, this will be y axis, and this will be z axis. Okay, 3 planes will be there. If it is 2D means there will be 2 planes, only x and y, x axis and y axis, but 3D means it will be having 3 planes, x axis, y axis and z axis. Okay, so a vector is represented by V vector. This is called as V. In the top you should put a arrow mark, small arrow mark. It is called as the V vector. You should not pronounce this as V bar, which it is V vector. Okay, so V vector is represented as a directed straight line in a 3-dimensional space R cube with an initial point A. So if this is a vector is a straight line. Okay, so its initial point is A. Since it is a three-dimensional, the point will be of 3 points. Okay, the point consists of 3 places: x axis, y axis, x coordinates, y coordinates, and z coordinates. That is A1, A2, A3. A1 represents the coordinate of x, A2 represents the coordinate of y, and A3 represents the coordinate of z. Okay. So it is denoted by, if this is B, this A vector is denoted by AB vector. This line is a vector, it is denoted by AB vector. The length of the line segment AB is the magnitude of the vector V vector, and the direction from A to B is the direction. So in vector you will be having 2 things, that is magnitude and direction. Okay, so whenever we use the vectors in your problems, we will be seeing the magnitudes and the direction. What is magnitude means? The distance between these, the distance of the straight line. The length of the straight line is the magnitude of the vector, and the direction. See here, A to B, the arrow mark is going like this, that is from A to B. Okay, so this is the direction from A to B. If it is like this, if the arrow mark is like this, means you have to write BA vector. If it is like this, means you have to write BA vector, because the vector is moving from B to A. So the direction is from B to A. Okay, so and the length of there will not be any change in the magnitude, because magnitude will be the distance, the length of the line segment. Okay, there will be only change in the direction. So direction either it may be plus or minus. Okay, it may be plus or minus. Hereafter a vector will be interchangeably denoted by V vector or AB vector. 2 vectors AB vector and CD vectors in R cube are said to be equal if and only if AB is equal to the length CD and the direction from A to B is parallel to. Okay, parallel to CD. What's the thing is, if this is the AB vector, if this is CD vector, okay, if this is CD vector, we can say this AB vector is equal to CD vector only when this length is equal to this length. The length of the 2 vectors are same and the direction is parallel. That is, this is also going from A to B, and this vector also the direction is from C to D. See here that these 2 lines are parallel. Therefore, we can say that these 2 vectors are the equal vectors. This is what they have given here. Okay. So basically what they will do is they will represent a position vector like this: A1 I cap plus A2 J cap plus A3 K cap. Since it is a 3-dimensional, we are using three coordinates. Okay, see here these are called as these I, J and K cap. You have to say this as K cap, I cap, J cap and K cap. It is called as the standard notations. Okay, it is called as the standard notations, and here the position vector, the points of the position vector are a1 comma a2 comma a3. Okay, so if you want to represent this point as a vector, you have to write like this: a1 I cap plus a2 j cap plus a3 k cap. Okay, and then the length of the vector AB vector is calculated by, if this is B and the points are B1 comma B2 comma B3, then how can we find the length of the vector AB? Length of AB vector can be calculated using the formula square root of B1 minus A1 the whole square plus B2 minus A2 the whole square plus B3 minus A3 the whole square. Okay, where A's point is A1 comma A2 comma A3 and B's point is B1 comma B2 comma B3. Then the length can be calculated like this. Okay, so if a length of a vector is like this, square root of B1 square plus B2 square plus B3 square. If the length of a vector is like this, then we can say that vector is the unit vector, because it is having its origin from, it is having its point from O. O means the point here is 0 comma 0 comma 0, right? Here A1 is 0, A2 is 0, A3 is 0. So if you substitute here B1 minus 0 the whole square plus B2 minus 0 the whole square plus B3 minus 0 the whole square, it will be coming like this. So we can say, when from the origin, if we are drawing a vector, we can say that as a position vector. Okay, so here if it is having, so you can say that as a unit vector. So here you are having it, the starting point at origin, so its points is 0 comma 0 comma 0. Therefore what happened to the length of this vector? The length becomes b1 square plus b2 square plus b3 square. If the length is like this, we can say that vector is the unit vector. Okay, next is addition and scalar multiplication, very important thing. Okay, using this only you are going to solve these sums. Okay, very important thing, addition and scalar multiplication of vectors. If you are taking two vectors, a vector plus b vector, so a vector will be like this: a1 I cap plus a2 j cap plus a3 k cap. Okay, plus what will be the b vector? b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap. You have to add this. So you have to add this means you have to add the elements like this. I cap la endha elements irukko, you have to add the coefficients. Therefore it is equal to a1 plus b1 into I cap plus a2 plus b2 into j cap plus a3 plus b3 into k cap. This is going to be the formula. And the scalar multiplication, see here, scalar multiplication is different from vector multiplication. That is, if it is like this, a vector b vector, multiplication of a vector b vector means it is the multiplication of two vectors. Scalar multiplication means let alpha be a scalar, alpha or lambda, anything. With if the element is a scalar, if it is multiplied with one of the vector, then we can say that this is the scalar multiplication. Normal multiplication of vectors, so a vector b vector, normal multiplication there are two types. Okay, scalar multiplication there are two types, that is dot product and vector product. Okay, dot product and vector product, there will be different properties for this. Okay, normal multiplication of two vectors, I am telling about multiplication of two vectors, but here this is the scalar multiplication. Scalar multiplication means we will be multiplying a constant scalar element with the vector. Okay, which is equal to, what happens is alpha into a1 into I cap plus alpha into a2 into j cap plus alpha into a3 into k cap. Okay, and here okay, see here, to see the geometrical interpretation of a vector plus b vector, like a vector and b vector denote the position vectors a and b respectively. Translate the position vector b vector to to the vector with the initial point as A and end point as C. For a suitable C1, C2, C3. See they have given it this in the picture 6.2. Then the position vector C vector is given by A vector plus B vector. So it is like this. Okay, so this is OA, okay, and this is OB. So they are positioning a point here, so it is making a triangle. Okay, see here, this is A vector and this is C vector and this is B vector. So if this is like this, we can say that C vector is equal to A vector plus B vector. Very important thing, you will be using this property in solving this sum. See here, C and A are like this, right? You can write like this. C vector, you can't write like this. A vector is equal to C vector plus B vector, because see here, this is going like this and again this is going like this. The directions are equal, but not equal. It is running in the same direction. But see here, if this comes like this, these two directions will be in the same direction. Okay, so inge irundhu inge podhu and inge irundhu inge podhu, but inge irundhu inge poi idhuvum inge irundhu inge podhu. They are not coming this side. So C vector is equal to A vector plus B vector. Okay, see this in the mari sum you have to use like this. C vector is equal to A vector plus B vector. Otherwise A vector is equal to C vector minus B vector, because the directions are different, right? So inge irundhu inge podhu, inge irundhu inge pona na direction correct ah irukum, but inge irundhu inge podhu, inge irundhu inge podhu, therefore directions are different. Therefore what we can say, A vector will be equal to C vector minus B vector, but here they are telling about C vector. C vector is equal to A vector plus B vector. Okay, and then now here it is scalar product and vector product. See, scalar multiplication is different from scalar product. Okay, scalar multiplication means we are multiplying a scalar term into a vector. But what is scalar product? As I said, it is dot product and vector cross product. Okay. Scalar product and then vector product. Okay, scalar product is otherwise called as dot product. Vector product is otherwise called as cross product. Okay, so scalar product and vector product, this is multiplication of two vectors. Okay, scalar product means if A vector and B vector are the vectors, A vector, it is a dot, B vector. This is the scalar product or dot product. Whereas vector product is A vector cross. You should not say this as into, you have to say this as cross. A vector cross B vector. Okay, so this is the scalar product, this is the vector product. This is scalar multiplication. You should be very clear about that. This is scalar multiplication, this is scalar product and this is vector product. Okay, see here how the two vectors will be multiplied is like this. A vector dot B vector will be equal to A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3. You will not be having the I cap, J cap and K cap terms. Okay, here A vector cross B vector will be given using the determinant. Okay, determinant of first will be I cap, J cap and K cap. Second elements will be the position or the points of the position vector A vector. Okay, that is A1, A2, A3. See here the first term is A vector. And the second row we are writing the points of A vector. And what is B about? B vector. B1, B2, B3. Okay, this is how we have to find the scalar product. Scalar product is A vector dot B vector will be A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3. What about A vector cross B vector? I cap, J cap, K cap, determinant of. Okay, so A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3. So you have to find the vector here. Okay, so again it is the geometrical interpretation. Next thing is the geometrical interpretation. Okay, so the main thing here is we can write this A vector dot B vector. If it is like a triangle, we can write like this. A vector dot B vector can be written as modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector into cos theta. Okay, we can write like this. A vector dot B vector can be written as modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector into cos theta. Similarly, A vector cross B vector can be written as modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector. See here, this is not dot, okay, this is into. Into is different from dot and cross, okay. A vector into B vector into cos theta. Here A vector cross B vector is equal to A vector, modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector into modulus of sin theta. See here, we are not using modulus for cos theta, but we are using modulus for sin theta. What's the reason? Because sin theta is the odd function. Right, we know that sin of minus theta will be equal to minus sin theta, but cos theta is the even function. Cos of minus theta will be equal to cos theta. So if the minus comes here, no problem with this. The direction won't change. But if the minus comes here, then the whole answer will be changed. Therefore, they are putting modulus for sin theta. Okay, what's the use of modulus? It changes every element, negative elements into positive. Therefore, they have used here. So this is the important thing. And see in the remarks, very important 1 mark and formulas has been given. So an angle between two vectors, A vector and B vector, is given by theta is equal to cos inverse of A vector, this is dot, B vector divided by modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector. Okay, then see here the what's this? The angle between two vectors A vector and B vector is given by theta is equal to cos inverse of A vector dot B vector divided by modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector. And then if A vector is parallel to B vector, then the theta will be, angle between them will be, theta will be 0 or pi. If A vector is perpendicular to B vector, then theta will be pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. Okay, so if there is a two unit vectors A vector and B vector, its angle is given by theta is equal to cos inverse of A vector dot B vector divided by modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector. If two vectors are parallel, if A vector and B vector is parallel, then we can say that its theta will be either 0 or pi. And if these two vectors are perpendicular, we can say that theta will be pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. And see here, they have given the properties. What are the properties given there? So if there are two non-zero vectors, we can say that A vector dot B vector will be equal to 0 if A vector is perpendicular to B vector. If you want to prove these two vectors are A vector is perpendicular to B vector, then we can say that the dot product of A vector dot B vector will be equal to 0. And if they are parallel, we can prove A vector cross B vector is equal to 0 vector. If they are parallel, A vector is parallel to B vector. See, you should not confuse with this. This is about angles. Okay, you should not confuse. This is about angles. But here, this is the thing. If two vectors are perpendicular, we can say that A vector dot B vector will be equal to 0. And if two vectors are parallel, we can say that A vector cross B vector should be equal to 0. Okay, and the another one property is we can write like this. A vector dot B vector can be written as B vector dot A vector. But A vector cross B vector, if we write like this means B vector cross A vector, there will be one minus when it is interchanged. When the cross product is interchanged, there will not be no change when the dot product is interchanged. A vector dot B vector is equal to B vector dot A vector. No problem in that. But here A vector cross B vector will be equal to minus of B vector cross A vector. Okay. So other things are they have distributive property, that is what they have given, just go through it. So now let us see the example sums. So using these properties and formulas, we are going to solve the example sums here. Okay, see the example. Example 6.1, that is called as cosine formula. Okay, example 6.1, that is cosine formula. With these usual notations, any triangle ABC, prove following by vector method. Okay, see the first one. A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. So the diagram is like this. Okay, this diagram is like this. This is A, this is B and this is C. So this will be pi minus C, this will be pi minus A and this will be pi minus B. Okay, so this vector, this BC vector is called as A vector and CA vector is called as B vector and AB vector is called as C vector. Okay, so this is the diagram. With this only you are going to solve. So see in your book they have given the notations like this. So AB vector is equal to C vector, BC vector is equal to A vector and CA vector is equal to B vector, and then this one BC vector plus CA vector plus AB vector is equal to 0 because see here they are in the same direction, correct direction, and it is going like this and it is coming like this. So it's equal to 0. From this we are going to take one thing, that is, see the one thing I want to say is we know BC vector is equal to A vector. Okay, so if the modulus of BC vector will be equal to A, and again like this, modulus of CA vector will be equal to B and then modulus of AB vector will be equal to C. Okay, now coming to this point. So in this, keep BC alone this side and take these two terms that side. BC vector will be equal to minus CA vector minus AB vector. Now doing scalar product on both sides with itself, that is left hand side என்ன element இருக்கு அதை வச்சு scalar product பண்ண போறோம், right hand side என்ன இருக்கோ அதை வச்சு scalar product. What is scalar product? It is dot product. Therefore BC vector dot BC vector is equal to minus CA vector minus AB vector dot minus CA vector minus AB vector. Okay, see BC vector dot BC vector is modulus of BC vector the whole square, which is equal to, see here you have to multiply this is the dot product, right? So we know that, what we know, A vector dot B vector is equal to modulus of A vector modulus of B vector into, what's the formula, into cos theta. Okay, likewise what is the A vector here? It is CA and it is B vector is, it is AB. So what happens is modulus of CA vector the whole square plus modulus of AB vector the whole square plus, okay, plus 2 into BC. Okay, so first doing like this. This is the multiplication, right? So minus CA into minus CA it becomes, minus into minus it becomes plus. So CA the whole square, it is modulus of CA the whole square, and again minus AB into minus B, AB is plus AB the whole square, so plus modulus of AB the whole square, and again see this is you have to multiply this with this and this with this, right? So minus into minus it becomes plus CA into AB plus AB into CA, that is plus 2 into AB into CA. Right. So what's the multiplication here is CA vector the whole square plus modulus of AB vector the whole square plus first term with last term CA vector into AB vector plus AB vector into CA vector. See here these two terms are same. AB vector, we can write this as AB vector into CA vector. Therefore, this can be written as plus 2 into AB vector into CA vector. It is a dot product. Therefore, we are writing like this, B into C into cos theta. So, what is the angle in AB and CA? AB and CA. What is the angle? Pi minus A, right? It is pi minus A. That is what they have used here. 2BC into cos of pi minus A. Okay, what is BC? BC vector? BC vector is C vector. Yes, BC vector is A vector. So A vector, A square, A vector the whole square. When it comes to the modulus, what I said, AB vector, modulus of AB vector is C. Therefore, modulus of BC vector the whole square is A square, which is equal to what is CA? CA is B. Therefore, B square plus what is AB? AB is C. C square plus 2BC cos of pi minus A, that is cos of 180 minus A. Since it is 180, there is no change of there is no thing of changing the trigonometric function cos A. This is pi minus A, only which is positive here, only sine and cosecant is positive here. So therefore this becomes minus. Okay, is this the thing we want to prove? A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2B into cos A. Okay, similarly you can prove the other two ways. Okay, similarly you can take the other two ways. See here, what we took is the same thing you have to take. The same thing you have to take. See in the second subdivision we want B square in the left hand side. What is B square? It is CA. So keep CA here and bring these two terms this side. That is minus BC vector minus AB vector. Continue with this product. Continue doing like, and for what is that, BC and CA, you will be having pi minus CS theta. So you will be getting the second one, and again for third one we are having C square on the left hand side. That is, keep AB vector on the left hand side and take these two terms this side, minus BC vector minus CA vector, and proceed like this. You will be getting the answer. Okay, now example 6.2 is going to be the assignment for you. Okay, it's the same like this. Example 6.2 is going to be the assignment for you. Now let us see example 6.3. By vector method, prove that cos of alpha plus beta is equal to cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. Okay, so we are going to prove this. Before that they have given a diagram. The diagram will be like this. Okay, so this is O, this is B and this is A. Okay, so this point is L and this point is M. So the direction of the vectors are like this. The direction of the vectors are like this. OA is the A vector and OB is the B vector. Okay, so that is what they have given here. So what is the angle? So OA with the x-axis make an angle alpha and OB with the y-axis makes an angle beta. So the whole angle is alpha plus beta. Okay, see here the things that we have seen in the diagram only they have given, and then modulus of OL vector can be written as modulus of OA vector into cos alpha. This is, now take what is cos alpha? Alpha is here. This is going to be the 90 degree. So this is the hypotenuse side. Yes, this is going to be the hypotenuse side and this is the opposite side and this is the adjacent side. So cos means cos alpha is equal to OL vector divided by OA vector. So OL vector will be equal to OA vector into modulus. So this is what we have written here. Okay, so OL vector, modulus of OL vector is equal to modulus of OA vector into cos alpha. Similarly, what is sin alpha? What is sin alpha? Sin alpha will be equal to LA vector divided by OA vector. Therefore, LA vector, modulus of LA vector will be equal to modulus of OA vector into sin alpha. We found cos alpha and sin alpha because we will be needing cos alpha, sin alpha, cos beta and sin beta. Okay. See the next thing what we have to do. So we are writing OL vector like this, modulus of OL vector into I cap which is equal to, we are writing like this, okay, because we are taking it as the position vector, therefore OL vector is equal to modulus of OL vector into I cap. What is OL cap? Sorry, OL vector? OL vector is OA vector into cos alpha, right? So in that we are taking only cos alpha into I cap. Okay, cos alpha into I cap. Since OA vector is the position vector, it is having one point as 0, 0, 0. Yes, therefore we are taking OA vector as nothing, we are one position vector, unit vector, it is 1. Therefore we are taking here OA vector is equal to OA vector into cos alpha. This can be written as cos alpha alone, and here LA vector is equal to modulus of OL vector into sin alpha. This can be written as sin alpha alone. Therefore OL vector is written as modulus of OL into I cap. Here modulus of OL vector is cos alpha into I. Similarly, LA vector is equal to modulus of LA vector into J cap. Okay, J cap. It is minus J cap, which is equal to sin alpha into minus J cap. Why we are taking J cap is LA. Why we are taking J cap is, it is in the 4th quadrant, right? It is in the 4th quadrant, therefore we are taking it as minus J. Okay, so what happened to A cap and B cap? A cap will be equal to A vector. This is A vector. Okay, so what is A vector? A vector is OA vector. Yes, what is A vector? A vector is OA vector. OA vector can be written as OL vector plus LA vector. Yes, so OL vector plus LA vector. So what is OL vector and LA vector? We found that this cos alpha into I minus sin alpha into J, which is equal to cos alpha I cap minus sin alpha J cap. Okay, just take this as 1. And again, what about B vector? B vector equal to OB vector, which is equal to, what is OB vector? OB vector is equal to OM vector. Okay, similarly, OM vector plus MB vector, which will be equal to sin alpha into I cap plus sin beta into J cap. So if you what they have done is, so in the triangle they have found cos alpha and cos sin alpha. Okay, you can find cos alpha and sin beta. What they have written is, in the மாரி தான் வந்து இதுவும் வரும் அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு they have written. If you want to find, you can find cos beta is cos beta and sin beta in the triangle OBL. Okay, so here why we got minus J here means it is in the 4th quadrant. Yes, 4th quadrant, y is negative, but why we are getting here plus is, this is in the 1st quadrant. 1st quadrant everything is positive, therefore we are getting the plus here. So B vector will be equal to sin alpha into I cap plus sin beta into J cap. Now let us take this as second equation. Okay, so what is the angle between A vector and B vector? What is the angle between A vector and B vector? What is the angle between this and this line? Alpha plus beta. Yes, alpha plus beta. So you have to write this angle between A vector and B vector is alpha plus beta. Okay, so A vector dot B vector is equal to modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector into cos of alpha plus beta, because we are doing the dot product here, cos of alpha plus beta. Since these are the unit vectors, we have to take this as cos of alpha plus beta. Yes, cos of alpha plus beta is equal to A vector dot B vector. We know that. Okay, from 1 and 2 do dot product, that is A vector dot B vector will be equal to this term into this term, that is cos alpha I cap minus sin alpha J cap into sin alpha I cap plus sin, what is this? It is beta, cos alpha I cap minus sin alpha J cap. This is cos beta. What's the second thing? Yes, this is cos beta mark. Okay, this is cos beta. Okay, this is cos beta. So cos beta and sin beta. Cos beta I cap. This is cos beta I cap and sin beta j cap. So if you dot multiply, this is the dot product. So you have to multiply this and this term, right? So cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. Let this be 4. See here, let this be third equation. So from 3 and 4, what happened? The left hand side is same. This is also a vector dot b vector. Here also a vector dot b vector. So we can equate the right hand side. That is cos of alpha plus beta is equal to cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. Hence prove. This is what we have to prove. Okay. Now let us see the next sum, example 6.4. With the usual notation in any triangle ABC, prove that A divided by sin A is equal to B divided by sin B is equal to C divided by sin C. So what is the diagram they have given us? This is what we have used, right, in the first thing. So this is A, B and this is C. This is pi minus C. This is pi minus A and this is pi minus B. This vector is A vector, this is B vector and this is C vector. Okay, so we are going to use this. So we know that BC vector is equal to A vector and CA vector is equal to B vector and AB vector is equal to C. You have to write all these in the given things. Okay, I am telling you orally. And then we know that BC vector plus CA vector plus AB vector equal to 0. Okay, so now multiply BC vector on both sides. So BC vector into 0 it becomes 0, right? So BC vector cross multiplying BC vector plus CA vector plus AB vector equal to 0. Equal to 0. So BC vector cross BC vector is, it becomes 0 and BC vector and the other terms. BC vector cross CA vector plus BC vector cross AB vector is equal to 0. Now we can write this as BC vector cross CA vector minus, bring this term this side, AB vector cross BC vector, which is equal to 0, right? So we know that A vector cross B vector, if we change B vector and A vector, it becomes A vector cross B vector B equal to minus of B vector cross A vector. That is what we have used, that property is used here. And bring this term to the right hand side, you will be getting BC vector cross CA vector, which is equal to AB vector cross BC vector. Okay, now let's take this as 1. Let us take that as 1. Okay, so similarly we know that BC vector plus CA vector plus AB vector is equal to 0 vector. Therefore, what we are doing is we are going to multiply CA vector on both sides. Cross multiplying CA vector on BC vector plus CA vector plus AB vector is equal to 0. CA vector cross 0 becomes 0. So from this what you will be getting is BC vector. So we can do, okay, this is CA vector cross BC vector. CA vector cross CA vector, it becomes 0 plus CA vector cross AB vector, which is equal to 0. So what happens? CA vector cross BC vector. So now let us change this one. Okay, BC vector cross CA vector, this becomes minus plus CA vector cross AB vector equal to 0. Let this be this side. CA vector cross AB vector is equal to, bring this term to the right hand side, it becomes BC vector cross CA vector. Let this be 2. Now see from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2, one side is equal. BC vector cross CA vector. There also BC vector cross CA vector. Therefore, we can equate these three, right? AB vector cross BC vector is equal to CA vector cross AB vector is equal to BC vector cross CA vector. Now, taking modulus for all these three. Okay, taking modulus for all these three. So, what we know, this is the cross product. So, modulus of AB vector into modulus of BC vector into sine of the angle between AB and BC. What is the angle between AB and BC? It is pi minus C. That is, what is AB vector? AB is C. C into what is BC vector? It is A. C into A into sine of what is angle between AB and BC? It is pi minus B. Similarly, B into C into sine of pi minus A equal to A into B into sine of pi minus C. We know that pi minus theta, sine of pi minus theta is equal to, it becomes minus sine C. Sorry, it is sine, right? So, sine means it is in the second quadrant. So, it is sine C alone. Therefore, this can be written as CA into sine B, which is equal to BC into sine A, which is equal to AB into sine C. On dividing all these three by ABC, you have to divide all these three by ABC. What happens? This will be divided by B, this will be divided by A, and this will be divided by C. On reciprocaling, you will be getting on reciprocaling, you will be getting A divided by sine A, which is equal to B divided by sine B equal to C divided by sine C. Okay, and then 6.5 is also an assignment for you. So, totally 6.2 and 6.5, two sums are going to be the assignment for you. Just complete the sums. So, the 66.5 is also about cross product. B vector cross A vector method. You know the cross product can be found using the determinant. So, use that and solve the sum. Okay. With this, we are going to complete this video. Let us meet in the next class. Thank you, students.